DNS service, name services.
I want a domain. What else I need?
To resolve your domain, you need DNS.
No, why DNS? We are talking about NIS.
Oh.
Yes, we are talking about NIS. So what do I need? Domain name then?
So if
Host name.
Password? Password?
Who said server? So I should have a server. So I should have a domain server, master server. When there are masters, there will be
slaves.
Then I should have slave server. Then what is the last thing I should have? What is the last thing I should have?
Network.
No, what I should have? I should have.
IP number.
No, I should have. You have a business. You start a
Login,
business.
login.
Whom do you want?
Login ID.
Login ID.
You started a business and you are waiting in the office. Nobody's coming.
Clients.
Clients. So we need clients. So these are the things we need, right?
Slave server.
Slave server. See, slavery is still there. So, what information the master server will have?
Like root and all that. Oh, sorry, sir.
Because concentrate what I am teaching in the class. What is the
Masters.
purpose of creating this? Putting all the configuration in
Centralized.
in one place.
Master server.
So master server should
All the
have
centralized information.
centralized information. So master server should have centralized information. Don't say information directly because LDAP only has all the information. Here we say centralized company information. Here we say centralized ETC files.
Okay.
Yeah, we are talking about only ETC files. Configuration files. So all the ETC files should be in one central place. So whenever you are modifying hereafter, you have to modify in what? In master server. Because everybody believes that. Even in the last example I told believe only that, right? So that's the purpose of that, not found, return. So if the master server is not up, return. Or if the NIS server is not up, return, right? Then why we should have slave?
When master is not working.
When master is not there, slave will
Take over.
take over. What can take over?
Means it will
Control.
play.
Play, right? What about decision making? No, I'm just taking in a slave form way. Can you make changes?
No.
Slave?
No.
Yeah, in slave I cannot make changes. So just to give that example. So slave is only read only. So this is for redundancy. When master is not available, this guy will help people. But read only. Slave is only read. But master is read and write.
So does it automatically update whenever master is updated, the slave?
Yeah, the replicate, it will be replicated to the slave. We can forward the slave or push the replication, or we can run scripts to do it. So by running those scripts, it will be replicated. Okay.
So they also have etc configure files, slaves. Why did you put that?
Oh yeah, they also have.
Yeah.
They also have, but not in the form of files. We are on the way. The information what this guy has, this guy also will have. Okay. But the only thing is I can't go and make changes here. That is the problem. Okay. Then only use for redundancy. How many masters I can have in a domain?
One.
Only one. How many slaves I can have?
Many.
But too many slaves also not good. Right? So because this has a limitation, it can support only 30 clients. It's good for a small network. When it started, it was very good because we can configure this environment within few minutes. Maybe 5 minutes, this environment is set if it is in a brand new environment, right? Very easy to set up. No expertise required. right? Today after the class, most probably today or tomorrow, you can set up in your local network. People are waiting to set up,
Yes.
right? So you can set up that. So it's not difficult at all, right? But only problem is 30 clients. This is one of the problems. Second problem is no much security. It has only authentication security, but not authorization. Authentication is allowing you to log in if a person wants to log in, but it doesn't check his authorization when he's trying to do something, right? So those are disadvantages. And no encrypted passwords, right? Right? And updates are like slow. Update from master to slave is slow. Those are some difficulty. And the worst problem is read-only. This read-only is a major problem. Tell me what is the major problem? Why this is a major problem? The slave is read-only is a major problem.
Yeah, because if you give us authority to mask the slave, then there's a lot of ETC configuration files. They can just mess up all the server with that. So
No, what I'm saying is by being read-only, what is the disadvantage for us human people who are
because
using?
they just come and they read. They cannot do anything. Like they have no write and read, write and.
Yeah, we cannot write anything to
we
that.
cannot write anything.
Yeah,
so
because we
have
can't write into anything to that, we have a difficulty. Because I can't distribute this environment geographically. I can't have the, so I have one server master in Toronto. One master server in Toronto. And I have the slave server in Chicago. What is the disadvantage of that? Tell me. This is slave is in Chicago, master is in Toronto. So what is the disadvantage?
Slave in Chicago and master in Toronto.
Toronto.
So all our updates are done in
Whoever's-
the master only.
whoever's-
All the updates are done in only the master. Okay, then?
Whoever's, yeah, Chicago, that's they only can execute. They only can read. They cannot do.
No, you
read.
can't say that. Okay, I will give a scenario, right?
Okay.
Okay, there is one guy here, Tom. There is one guy here, Tim. Tim is here, Tom is here. These two servers are running. Tim is in Chicago, Tom is in Toronto, right? So when he starts his computer first time, right, the computer will read the nsswitch.conf file. First, after that, after it reads the default domain, I have a domain, okay. NS domain, okay, this domain. Okay, then I should go and read the nsswitch.conf file. So it will read the nsswitch.conf file and then immediately attach to a server which is available to that guy at the moment. But since everybody is logging at the same time, we assume, right? Even though it's 1 hour behind, right? We assume everybody is coming same time. So all are busy, right? A lot of people are logging here, a lot of people, maybe 20 people logging, 10 people are logging here. So a lot of people are logging. So this one got attached to this. Right? This guy got attached to this and this guy got attached to this. Now this guy is changing his password. So password changing, he did. Then the password change, for that he has to connect to this machine. Okay? And then that has to be replicated here. Okay? If the network is slow, it may take some time. So this guy changed the password. Changing the password is very important something, right? It has to be effective immediately. So it is not effective immediately. It's like that. A lot of other things also, maybe,
So-
right?
Sir,
Question other. If Tom is just rebooting his machine,
Yeah.
is he going to directly connect to Toronto server, the master one, or the slave?
We don't know. When he starts his machine, then it will send a request, and whoever responds, it will connect to that. So
Okay,
it
the
can be
path-
either this or that.
Any one of them.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory that it must connect
No,
first master. If
not
master is not
necessarily.
available, it must go.
These are geographically distributed, right? Geographically different areas. So chances are here, right? You know what I mean, no?
Yes.
Tom, if like Tom and Tim, whatever they put any IP address, SSH, any IP address, so they will connect wherever they wanna to connect, right? They wanna connect.
This is not, they cannot decide where to connect. Yeah, because it's a service running. Okay, whoever is responding to me, master or slave, I will hug to that person and stay with that person forever until I shut down. until I am shut down.
That means we need to give two IP addresses for both the different servers, slave server and the master
Yeah,
server.
we in some configuration we will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't think about that. Think about this situation.
Then what the use of slaver if everything does by the master?
No, I don't see. The slave is helping him to authenticate.
But everything goes to the master
Yeah,
again.
only when he is changing it goes to the master. Otherwise, only slave is used, right? I can use only slave to do my work. If I want port numbers, if I want any RPC information, everything I can get from my local computer, right? Only if I change the password, only if I want to update anything,
Only
I have to
update.
go to master, right? So this is the format. When Microsoft created Windows NT, they created something called PDC-BDC. You know PDC-BDC, right? Primary domain controller, backup domain controller. They did it in 1997, 1998, right? So this is like this, this is like this. So slave is read-only. Here BDC is read-only. So that's why Windows NT did not become popular. That was a limitation, because if a company is multinational company, they can't have computers distributed all over the world connecting to the same domain, right? That's why they started using Active Directory services. Active Directory services is something like similar to LDAP, same concept, right?
So what stands for BDC?
Backup domain controller.
Exactly.
So that is something like slave here. Read only, right? In Windows, can I make a BDC a PDC? Or can I make a regular computer do a PDC?
We can.
I have it installed, right? To reinstall. But here I don't have to reinstall. Just 2 minutes. A regular computer can be a master. Another regular computer can be a slave. Another regular computer can be a client. Just takes 1 or 2 minutes, depending on your typing speed.
Configuration part.
Yeah. So it's faster. Configuring a NIST environment is very fast, but it has limitations, right? So we can combine NIST and NIST Plus and DNS if you want. Have a federated name service. Right? Okay. So I should have first master, then I should create slave, then I have to tell the clients, you are his client, you are the client of this domain, you are the client of this domain. I have to go and tell each and every client, right? If you don't want to tell each and every client, just create, this doesn't take much time, right? So it's not a big deal, right? You just type a command, right? And start a service, that's it, right? So it's not a big deal. Don't take much time. Compared to your virus scanning and all, right? It takes a lot of time, right? Okay, so we will learn about how to do all these things. Now when I type domain name, UWinPro, how will I create a domain called UWinPro? What is the procedure to, how much time it will take to create a domain called UWinPro in this environment? Tell me.
Microseconds, just name as well as IP.
Yeah. No, I just say domain name, all lowercase, space, UWinPro. That's it. So domain is created.
So we don't need to give IP address that now.
Why you have to give like that?
We need to link that this
You
UWinPro
don't think
will-
behind what I am doing. You will understand.
Okay.
So whatever I do now, understand that clearly. So all those questions will be answered, right? So I just say domain name UWinPro. So I created a domain called UWinPro. But when I shut down my computer, what will happen?
It's just gone.
Vanish.
Gone. So how do I make it permanent?
You have to
To
go
put it in the
Something.
config
You
file,
have to
the
do
etc.
ETC file.
What file?
ETC
Default domain.
config
Default
file.
domain.
NSS switch.
No, default domain.
Default.
Yeah. So I have to say echo UWinPro. This is a brand new file you are going to create. ETC default domain.